Make it radical. Are you guys ready for some good stuff? You ready? Well, you know, there are very few conferences that I go to and I spend the whole time. And Get Radical was important for me to come and be here the entire time this time. Not only for you as participants to feel my energy, but for me to feel yours. Because before I'm a business owner, before I'm a speaker, an author, I'm a woman. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a woman dating these days. So I need to come and get my girlfriend time too and get refocused and get recalibrated, recharged, rejuvenated, release, reinvent, reset, all that good stuff that you guys are getting. So I stopped by, my journey in this is to talk about what does it mean to be unapologetic. And I'm going to incorporate some other words with that. What does it mean to be non-negotiable? Because there's some decisions when you make them, you know everything has to change from that decision you made. What does it mean to live in no matter what? What does that mean? I don't say those words because they're great cliches. I don't say those words because they're fun to use. I say those words because when applied, they mean something. They create breakthroughs and transformation in your life that's barely recognizable. I say it because radical, and we said in the VIP session, radical is not necessarily a sexy word. People are nervous about individuals who get radical, right? So if you commit to this radical revolution, then you need to be prepared of what radical means. Radical to many is synonymous with crazy. And you got to be okay with crazy. You got to be okay with odd, different. Crazy is great because when people consider you crazy, then you have some freedom. Because you're unpredictable. They don't know what to expect from you. See, we've always shied away from that type of person. You want to be that type of person. Crazy is freedom. See, there's a man who said, let's take a long walk for freedom. We're going to walk 36 miles. And a lot of people walked them in their Stacy's and their church shoes. And someone said, Martin, you got to be crazy. Another gentleman said, I want to lead the largest forgiveness movement in history after being in prison for 27 years. And someone said, Nelson Mandela, you got to be crazy. There's a gentleman who said, let's be the change we want to see in the world. And someone said, Mahatma, you got to be crazy. And then there's that gentle, beautiful spirit of a woman who said, let's end hunger by feeding one child at a time. And someone said, Mama T. You know, they knew her. They knew her. Mama T. You got to be crazy. So some of the greatest visionaries in the world took the risk of being called crazy. And so I just stopped by. I'm just hanging out with you to ask you, are you willing? Because this is wonderful. This is exciting. This is, exhilarating. And you're going to leave here back to an ordinary world where everybody was watching Law and Order, Criminal Minds, The View while you were here. And you come home, I'm radical. We need a revolution in this house. Right? Yes, yes? How many of y'all ready? Y'all ready to create a revolution in your house? You know what you're going to tell your man? You're going to tell your daughter, oh, no, things got to change. It's going to be something new. I'm a new woman. I'm a new woman. Right? They're going to be like, where did you go? Well, Lord, she done drank somebody's Kool-Aid. Yes, yes? Now, for those of you with me, you know what yes, yes means. Those of you who are new and joining me, I always say yes once is really nice. Yes twice is beautiful. When you say yes, yes, the second yes, you have to raise the vibration up louder than the first yes so that the first yes, and most people don't know this, but the first yes is to you and the second yes is to the God in you. That's the yes, yes, not just the cliche. It's because the yes to me was easy. The yes to God was more difficult because that was a bigger responsibility on my life. So when I say something that resonates with you, I want you to say yes, yes. But I want the volume on the second yes to be louder than the volume on the first yes. So we're going to try to make sure you got it. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes. That's all right, but it didn't quite make the chandelier shake. And I know a group of sister friends, we can make the chandelier shake. So when I say something that feels good to your soul, something where you know that's me, I want that volume on that second yes to really shake you. I want to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a bit. We're going to try it again. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes. So when you hear your breakthrough, I want you to say, yes, yes. When you hear something that says, that's me, that's always been me, I knew it was me, I just need to hear that it was me, I want you to say, yes, yes. When you hear something even make your knees knock and your teeth chatter, but you know you got to do it anyway, I want you to say, yes, yes. When you hear something that might sting a bit, but it's your truth, and you know it's time to look at it, and it's time to manage it, and it's time to put it to rest, I want you to say, yes, yes. When you hear that place you're ready to go, I want you to say, yes, yes. When you hear that place you're ready to leave, I want you to say, yes, yes. Without any clarity, sometimes you got to say, yes, yes. Without anybody on your side, sometimes you got to say, yes, yes. Confused and bewildered, sometimes you got to say, yes, yes. With blind faith, you got to say, yes, yes. Sometimes with no money, you got to say, yes, yes. Sometimes with no sleep, you got to say, yes, yes. I think y'all got it. I think y'all got it. And when you leave here and you're back home and you're by yourself and you feel that thing in your belly, even with us not beside you, I want you to say, yes, yes. When people ask you, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense. Are you going to do that without the details? Are you going to? No one's done it like that. I still want you to say, yes, yes. When someone even asks you out to lunch, I want you to say, yes, yes. And they're going to say, one yes was good enough. That first yes is to you. That second yes is to the God in you, whatever you call it. And you should always be committed to say yes to the God in you, because you were put here to do a mighty work, a mighty work. There's a calling on your life. And whatever your faith is, I'm not here to impose my belief system on you. I'm here to celebrate the God in you in whatever way you honor. But there's a calling on your life. There's a reason why out of the hundreds of thousands of people invited to Get Radical, the thousands and thousands of people who wanted to be at Get Radical, that you are occupying a seat at Get Radical. 2013 will never be done again like this, and you were in the room. And so I ask, what is that thing? What is that thing? What is that gift to the world that you are responsible for birthing? Oh, I don't know if you knew you were pregnant when you came, but you are impregnated with a vision and a dream. There is something in you that's bigger than you that needs to live on the outside of you, and your job was to come here to find ways to say yes, yes, to that thing on the inside of you. And I know what it feels like to sit in that seat, because I've sat in that seat like Doreen when she sat in the seat, and in 7 minutes she made a decision to move her feelings out the way, her opinions out the way, and said, whatever, I'm getting the best. I sat in that seat. I went to the same conference 42 times, as I told the VIP group this morning. 42 times I went to the same conference, because I'm not a fast learner. I'm a thorough learner. Yes, yes? And I was committed to my breakthrough. Are you committed to that next season? See, some of you are trying to live your next season like it's the season you're supposed to be in. That was your past season. There's a new season for you. And in order for you to go into your next season, there's some things you're going to have to release, let go, say goodbye to. There's some things that you're complete. Y'all don't have to say it low. Yes. Right. You don't have to whisper. It's not yes, yes. No, 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 no. No, see, this is about living your you boldly. I remember I used to walk into a room and kind of try to be quiet because I didn't want to take over. I knew my light. You know your light. Yes, yes? Yes. You know your power. You know your genius. You just try to shrink it so people can handle it. Come on, y'all. You just try to minimize it so people don't get intimidated by your presence. Yes, yes? You want to shrink it so you're accepted and you're liked. Yes, yes? I used to do that, and I'd come in the room, and, the hardest thing to do is to contain your light. Some of us work hard at it, right? And you try to talk yourself out of people say, oh, my God, you're amazing. I was like, yeah, but. But you don't know, girl, to work behind. I just minimize my greatness. I walk in a room and try to shrink, and we do that. We do that with our dreams. Well, I just came by to stir your soul up a bit, to do to you what I did to Doreen, what I've done to many others, people in my community, to do what someone did to me. Stir your soul up so you are only comfortable when you're playing outside of your comfort zone. That inside your comfort zone, there is no victory. Your comfort zone is at the edge of your box, asking what's next. I want you to be willing to stand at the edge of your box and say, I'm willing, I'm ready, I'm able. I choose to play big in the world. Don't ask me to shrink small anymore. Because I've decided that I am enough. I've always been enough. I just forgot to read the memo that I was enough. And then I began to buy into someone else's opinion of me. And then I began to live my life out and went through a couple of bumps, and I made a speed bump a stop sign. But I'm pressing green light, go now. See, I'm just giving y'all little nuggets. Y'all feel the nuggets? And you're going to hear your thing. You're going to hear your nugget. You don't need to get value out of the entire speech. You just want your nugget. You just want your nugget, and you run with it. You chew on it, you eat on it, you let it be the water or the air that you need, and then you take action on it. See, because I understand what it feels like to have a dream in your belly. To have a dream in your belly and not a clear way of how to get to it. Unlike Doreen, who has a degree and has a master's degree and has an amazing career in HR before she went on to start her own business, that wasn't my journey. My journey was someone who struggled in high school. My highest grade was a C+. Say C+. If you tell my story again, don't say C. Say what? C to the A students, that don't matter. But to the C students, right? That plus matters, right? We hold on to our pluses. Now we forget the minuses. I was a C+ student. I wasn't that kid that you can look at and go, she's going to excel in this. I was captain of the track team, head of the cheerleading squad, editor of yearbook, head of student council. I knew I socialized well. But academically, I struggled. For 12 years, I struggled. And where is the sister who came up to me after the VIP this morning and thanked me because she thought that I had all these degrees? There you go. I love you. Bless your heart. And it's funny when people mistakenly introduce me as Dr. Nichols. I laugh. I'm like, I'm the doctor at Asphalt University. University of Hard Knocks. Not my journey. I love every journey. Every journey is different. Every journey is allowed to be unique. It's important for you to understand that your journey has landed you in this seat. You're in the perfect spot. You absolutely are prepared and aligned with what you believe you should be doing. She came up to me afterwards and thanked me. She was like, I had no idea that you didn't have a degree. I was like, did you even know I was kicked out of school? Like, they packed my boxes for me and changed the locks on my dorm room door in my sophomore year and said, this is not a fit. Okay. And then I went on to get an accounting degree because the last speech class I took, my speech professor said, Lisa, Miss Nichols, gave me a D-, said, Miss Nichols, you should never speak in public. And I said, okay. So I went and I was dutiful. How many of us heard something from someone you respected? Come on, your story is in this. I'm going to tell you stories. I'm going to tell you stories so you can find yours. Because there's liberation in stories, and yet I'm not pointing at you. Stories are liberating. The griots in Africa would tell stories to teach the tribes. So I'm going to tell you stories, and your job is to find you in my story. And every now and then I'm going to pause just in case you get caught up in my story. So you can find you in my story. So an authority told me that I should never speak in public, so I was dutiful. How many of us have been dutiful because someone told us, yes, yes? Someone told us what we should be doing, so we did it, or what we shouldn't be doing, so we didn't. So he said, Ms. Nichols, I recommend you never speak in public. So I went and I got a certificate. I couldn't get a degree, but I got a certificate in accounting. All my finances, raise your hand. My finance people, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I should not be one of you. That that's not my thing. How many of you have played for years in a lane that's not your lane? Yes, yes? You do it good, but it ain't your lane. It's not the thing that makes you excited. Well, I didn't even do it good. See, because when we would balance out at the end of the night, you know, the debit credit thing, we balance out at the end of the night, and I'd be almost like a nickel off all the time. And, you know, when you're a nickel off, you need to supposedly, ma'am, you're supposed to sit there and balance it until it is balanced, right? Well, I didn't have time for that. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Anybody got time for that? So I just pull a nickel out my purse. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, you do that every day, 5 days a week, times a year and a half. Somebody going to jail. Ain't got time for that either. So I was in accounts receivable. Now, I want to tell you this because you see Lisa Nichols. You see, you know, some of you see me on Oprah. A couple of days ago, I was on CNN. Some of you have told me you've seen that. You see the bestsellers. I'm grateful for that. I got 6 bestsellers. I'm the only woman other than Hillary Clinton to get $1 million book deal for one book. I have great success. Thank you. Great success. But you need to know what was happening before that. Can I tell a little bit about that? Because everyone just sees that. And you got to understand the journey. So that mountain feels good, but there was a climb. And you're in your climb. So I want you to feel your climb is valid. You need your climb right now. So if I unpack some of my stories of how I got here, I think it'll inspire you to keep going. Is that okay? Because they are ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So my supervisor calls me in to her office, and I shared this last night with the Morgan State group. I love you guys. Amazing, on fire. They lost at least 5 pounds water weight in tears last night. Good stuff. So my supervisor calls me in the accounting department. I'm in accounts receivable now, and you know, broke people shouldn't be made to collect money. It's not. All the accounting people are cracking up. The finance people are cracking. You know, I'm just going to tell it. You should not I shouldn't make people collect money when I don't have no money myself. That don't make sense. So when I was in collections, and I love people, I'm customer service oriented. So they tell me their story. They're putting their kid through college, or they were a senior, and seniors are just, they're special. You don't make them pay. Like, they're old. Don't make them pay. So it wasn't good. So I would say, you can't pay? Okay. Well, you know what? Not only am I going to zero it out, I'm going to delete your name. Don't worry, baby. They ain't going to call you no more. Because you ain't got time for that. So I went into my supervisor's office, and she said, Lisa, everyone loved me. I mean, I'm very personable. I'm a lover. I'm a lover. So everyone loves me. That had nothing to do with my skill set. Right? How many of you guys, your skill set is not even in alignment with what you're happy with? Like, they're incongruent, right? It's not the thing that you do naturally. Right. Come on, y'all. You got to say yes, yes, even when it stings. Even when it stings. And so she called me in her office real fast to tell a story. She called me in her office, and she was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, 24. I was like, I want to be the manager of the accounts receivable department. Because I thought it was a test of my commitment to the company. I'm committed to this industry that I don't even like. Come on, y'all. Yes, yes. Come on. Your story is in my story. And so I saw her cringe. She was like, ooh. I was like, that's not the look I expected. And she said, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know, but I want to be here. She was like, Lisa, the customers love you. I was like, I know. She was like, they love you a little too much. You're a collections agent. They ask for you. They refer their friends to you. I was like, I serve them. They said, and we somehow can't ever find their name after you're finished. I said, well, let me tell you what I do. Because you know how you don't even know your own ding-dong. How many of y'all, you've been doing some stuff, running in circles? Come on, y'all. Yes, yes. Come on now. This is about work, but you can say anything. How many guys been running yourself ragged in a circle, and you didn't even know until you got an aha here. You got an aha here. Yes, yes? Right. So I don't even know. So I'm like, let me tell you what I do, girl. When they give me a good excuse, it has to be a good reason. Then I handle it for y'all. I press delete. You ain't got to worry about them. I don't want them in your face because they ain't got no money. I got this. She cringed again. And then she said, you don't do this well. And at that moment I realized this was not about a promotion. I was like, oh! Are you going to fire me? She said, no, because everyone loves you. I'm not going to fire you. I was like, ooh, because I got rent due. She said, but I do have to release you to find your dream. I said, I was 24. Do I come here tomorrow? Do I clock in to find my dream? I don't know what that means. I'm not in self-development. At the time I wasn't. What does that mean? Do I come here? Is it under the desk? She said, no, you don't come here. I was unemployed for 3 months. My car got repossessed. My roommates were upset at me. I was miserable. I had papers across the bed circling accounting again. And I saw something on television that changed my life. And it was just one moment. You think the ceiling needs to open up, the lights need to come down, and I don't sound like Allison. And for your epiphany, it can be a moment. It could be the words someone says and you got your breakthrough. So don't forget, when you get your breakthrough. And remind you that you got your breakthrough. See, I don't have to get a breakthrough twice. That don't make no sense. That's like paying for a dozen eggs, going home, cooking them, and then going back and paying for them again. It doesn't make any sense. So I knew I had a breakthrough. In that one moment, it was about 5 minutes on TV. A gentleman, Les Brown, talked about moaning and groaning, but not wanting to move enough to move, just wanting enough to moan about it. I made a list of 4 things I wanted to do with my life. I still have the list. The first of the list said I want to serve people. Second, I was 24, y'all, so the list is relative. The second is I want to travel the world, in parentheses, on somebody else's dime. Have your dreams in detail. The third thing on the list, I want to wear a black suit. Because I got fired 5 times in my 20s. And every single one of them had on a black suit. So I was like, well, I want to be the one wearing the black suit. And then the fourth thing on my list was I want to carry a laptop because I was 24 and they were major at the time. And I began to interview companies to meet my list. Have you made a list about who you want to be and what you want to do in the world? Make your list first and quit trying to fit into someone else's picture of you. Make your list of what brings you joy. And then find things that match your list. I interviewed 62 companies, and they all said no, but on the 63rd company, they said, oh, we can do that. And that's all I needed was one yes. One yes. And that started this journey to lead me here to you. But I had to go through 5 companies firing me. I had to go through government assistance. I had to go through standing in the Kwick line. I had to go through food stamps. I had to go through not having money to put Pampers on my son, so I had to wrap him in a towel for 2 days. So you're in my journey, and I'm in yours. Are you willing to keep climbing? Are you willing to keep pushing? See, I never once wondered if I deserved to be right here. I never wondered. And when I questioned it, I went to someone who saw something in me that I wasn't seeing in myself in that moment. Sometimes you got to see yourself through someone else's lenses. Come on, you guys. I remember I was on stage once, and I'd been away from Jelani, my son, 11 days. I'd never been away from him that long, and I was feeling like a horrible mother. And someone at the end of the speech, I was talking about Jelani because I was missing him. And someone said, "You're an amazing mom." And I felt like a fraud. And I ran backstage. I called my girlfriend. I said, "Can you please tell me the kind of mother you see me to be? Because right now, I need to look at me through your lenses. Are you willing to let someone else lend you their vision of you until your vision is up-leveled again?" Yes, yes. You got to be willing. You got to be willing to put it all in. You got to be willing to be non-negotiable. You got to be willing to say unapologetically, which means I am no longer going to shrink to your perception of me. I'm no longer going to shrink. I ain't mad at you for having it. You thinking inside a box, that's where your mind is. It's okay. But I can't be your perception of me anymore. I've tried. I successfully did the woman you thought I should do. The man you thought I've successfully done that. And now I need to do me. So I'm not asking for permission. I'm giving y'all the stuff y'all say when y'all go home. I'm not asking for permission anymore to do me. I decided I'm going to give the world notice. I'm about to do me. Put on your seatbelt. Get ready. This ride could have some turbulence. Because I haven't seen a revolution yet without some turbulence. We've rah-rahed, we've kumbaya, we've hugged, we've loved, we've jumped, we've high-fived. And now it's time to pull your sleeves up. Now it's time to dig into that part of your soul that no one else can occupy but you. Now it's time to ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered? What do I want them to say about my name in my life? Now it's time to get crystal, say crystal. Crystal clear, say crystal clear. It's time to get crystal clear on the life you choose to live, the story you want to be told, and the action you must do to make that story told about your life. Yes, yes? That's what time it is. And it's time to move with an urgency, y'all. With an urgency. You don't have all the time in the world. You only have now. You don't have all the time in the world. I'll do that later. That's an assumption that you got later. That's an assumption that you got later. I ain't a Vegas girl. I don't gamble. Just in case I don't have later, I'm going to rock this out now. Yes, yes? Yes, yes? Unapologetically, untamed, unstoppable, non-negotiable. Those should be your words. Now know what all that's going to come crazy. Yes, yes? But know with crazy comes freedom. We don't know what she going to do next. My family had a family meeting about me. That didn't include me. We're concerned about her. I knew I was on the right road when they was concerned. That means I'm unpredictable. That means I'm not holding to the thoughts that you have of me. That means, see, your past does not equal your future. Come on, y'all. So that's what you tweet. My past does not equal my future. My past is my platform to have an amazing future. I'm not standing in my story. I'm standing on my story. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to inspire the world. I'm supposed to have 6 bestsellers. I'm supposed to be an international speaker. I'm supposed to have a multi-million-dollar company. Why? Because I was on government's assistance. I was in the Kwick line. I got fired 5 times. I'm supposed to have this. I'm standing on a great story. Yes, yes? And what I love is that my story is no more great than yours. It's just different. Yes, yes? So I invite you, stand on your story. Dance on your story. Wiggle on your story. Write about your story. Speak about your story. Share your story. Love your story. Don't be ashamed of your story. Empower people through your story. My life does not belong to me. My story belongs to you. See, you keep thinking your story is for you. You always think it's about you. That's what God tells me all the time. You always think it's about you, Lisa. When you say, I'm scared, oh, you think it's about you? I'm out of money, oh, you think it's about you? I'm tired, oh, you still think it's about you? Nobody support me, you still thinking it's about you? Come on, y'all. Y'all don't say yes, yes at that. Ooh, they get quiet up in here. Come on now, this is what we think, right? When I finally got that my journey didn't belong to me, your journey don't belong to you, your life was put here to make our life better. You are my rescue. I am your rescue. If we weren't, we'd all live on separate islands. And it's the deliciousness of the colorfulness of your story that makes you perfect for the job. Hello? Yes, yes? It's in that breakdown with that man that made you qualified to hold that sister. Yes, yes? Right. It's in all the lumps and bumps in your curve that you've learned the need for health and wellness. Yes, yes? It's in the brokenness that you become committed to prosperity and wealth. Yes, yes? It is in your story that you have become the wounded healer, the very perfect person to do the job that's in your next chapter. But here's the deal. You have to make sure that when you take your next chapter, you let it live and breathe. So many of you, now I'm going to step on a couple of toes, so sit Indian style if you need. So many times, y'all done got me going. So many times, your next chapter, your chapter 25, this is for the men in the room as well as for anybody who can hear my voice, sound system, this is for y'all too. So many times, your chapter 25 is trying to be born. Now, picture your chapter 25 as a blank sheet of paper, and it wants you to write something great on it. But what happens so often is that you had something happen to you in chapter 4, and it didn't feel good, and it wasn't fair. He didn't love you like you deserve to be loved. She didn't honor you to the man that you knew you should be. Your father, your mother didn't talk to you right. Someone dishonored your being in chapter 4, and you keep living that out again and again and again, and now your chapter 4 has become your chapter 24 and your chapter 25. You cut and paste. Somebody had a breakthrough, but down here. Right, breakthrough out loud. And so now there's no room on the pages of chapter 25 to write anything new because it's already full with what you cut and pasted. Now, just in case you don't know if that's you, I'm a breakthrough coach. I'm going to help you get you. Boo. Have you ever said, how did I end up here? Again. Ooh, y'all should see I saw some of your face. I'm like, oh. Chapter 4, cut and paste. The people changed, but the situation looks similar. Ooh, right? Yes, yes? No judgment in that, y'all. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. That's the freedom. I love learning stuff and seeing me. Like, ooh, that was ding dong. Now I know. Like, no judgment. Take off the gloves. Don't start beating yourself up. Don't tyson yourself. Don't start beating yourself up now. You don't know what you don't know until you learn it. Y'all didn't know I was a comedy act too? Let me tell you. So now that you know, now we take that knowing and we do something different with it. So I'm always looking for old patterns of Lisa showing up in this current chapter. I'm always looking for old patterns of Lisa. And then I ask my circle, hold me accountable. You see I'm doing something from back in the day? Call me on it. See, y'all leaders, y'all want to be called on your stuff. Don't lead. I'm a leader. No, great leaders ask for leadership. Great leaders ask for leadership. And what I love is when I was on Oprah, she said, so who coaches you? And I told her, coach, I said, so who coaches you? And she had her list. And I was like, ooh, I need to get some more coaches because she had like a list of 5. I was like, you pay them all or are they free? No, I did ask. She was like, I invest in my coaches so I know I own the time. She said mentorship is about free time, and anybody that I'm going to listen to, they up to so much, they probably ain't got a lot of free time, so I need to make sure I own some time. I was like, makes sense to me. I'm going to write that down. So, okay. I want to honor some people in the room who have really took a big trust in me. Doreen talked about the Global Leadership Program, and there are other global leaders in the room that I want you guys to see and know because they're amazing coaches, they're amazing people, they're brilliant at what they do, and I just want to celebrate you. It's wonderful to have you guys here. It's my first time being at a conference like this and having them all here. So if you're a global leader, I would love to acknowledge you. Would you please stand up so that we can give you a round of applause? Lee, Stephanie, Nikki, over in the corner, Jen, Kim, our new global leader as of last night, Kate, Stephanie, oh my God, Zenobia, Allison, who was on stage, she is right here in the middle. We all, over in the corner, who is that? D. Marshall, hey mama, D. Marshall's over there. So, hey, Vasavi, is that Vasavi? Oh, hi Vasavi, mama. So you have amazing women who have jumped in big and different things and have amazing programs. Any one of my global leaders literally can coach me, and I listen. And so if they can be of value for you, I'm just going to put them all out there for y'all to pull on, talk to. They came here to serve. They're people who are moving the planet. They're literally moving the planet. They're making this world a better place to live. And you want to be around people like that. And together, they become a force to be reckoned with. So I'm excited about that. I thought that I'm going to tell you a story, and then I thought I'd open it up because so many of you have asked for some coaching, and could I coach you? Yes. So I want you to think of a burning question. Think of a burning question about your business or your personal life. And I do a bit of coaching exclusively, but it's in that small group of 32 people, so I never get a chance to coach everyone. So I told Doreen behind stage, I'll just open it up for a moment. Okay. And so I'm going to share a story. And then think about your business. Think about getting started. Think about exposure. Think about speaking. Think about writing. Think about family. Think about whatever. Think about personal. You can ask anything. Say anything. Say anything. Say anything. As long as you can handle the answer. Because I have to get used to the answer. As long as you can handle it. Because sometimes the truth does not come served with warm cookies and milk. And if I want to be a good coach for you in the next 10 minutes or so, I have to be more committed to the truth than to your comfort. Is that all right? Yes, yes? So, my grandmother, many of you hear about my grandmother. My grandmother says, baby, when you get my age, she's 83, you're supposed to sit in your rocking chair and tell the stories of your life. She said, but when you're your age, baby, you're supposed to make sure the stories are going to be good to tell. Yes, yes? My grandmother, I bought her a boombox 2 years ago because she wanted a boombox with a CD and a cassette. I was going to say 8-track. They don't have that. A CD and a cassette player. And I surprised her with it because she has all these cassettes. And so when she opened up the box, she said, oh my God, a cassette. She went and got this big box, 200 cassettes. And I'm thinking she's going to look for Motown. She's going to find some Smokey Robinson or some Temptations or, the Delphonics. She go way back. So she's searching. She was like, oh, found it. I mean, she searched for like 7 minutes. Found it. She goes, puts it in, plays it. It's Tupac. And she starts. My grandmother, at the time, 82 years old. I'm sitting there going, really, the rapper Tupac, Grandma? She's like, oh, I've been wanting to listen to this cassette forever. I love me some Tupac. And in so many ways, my grandmother reminds me, you don't ever have to be what someone expects. Do you? You don't ever have to be. How boring is that to be my expectation of you? How boring. Please bless me with a surprise, because I would hate to have you 50 years of what I expect from you. And yet we're trained to say, that's not what we expected. We expect more from you. Okay, when I give you more that you unexpected, are you okay with that? And so I just want to celebrate the doing you all the way to 83 like my grandmother. All the way. And it's never too late. You don't get older, you get more seasoned. Like, I used to say, God, I wish I was on Oprah back in 2000. Thank God, God had another plan for me and delayed that for 7 years. Because when I thought I was ready, I wasn't ready. So if you think you have a timeline on something and it's not happening fast enough, know that you're still getting ready for it. It's so important that you need a little more time to get ready for it. So I want to open up to a couple of questions, and I'm going to bring you, you jumped up. We have a mic runner. We have a mic around the room. Okay, great. So right here, this sister on the side, all the way on the end. Please stand up. Please stand up. And then right here in the front, and then right here in the center. So we'll just do those three for now. And if you guys can and kind of come out to the mic so that the mics are easy to access for you. And I won't have enough time to coach everyone because I want you to come with your questions because I got a lot of answers for you. And I can demystify a lot for you. So because we won't have enough time, I'm doing what Doreen has done for the last couple of nights in my suite this afternoon. And people know that gets pretty spicy. Doesn't it? It gets spicy. And I've heard people say they have their breakthrough from the conference in the room at the end of the conference. I see some of the people who've come nod. And so out at my table, we'll have 50 invitations. I can't accommodate the entire conference, 50 invitations for you to come up. And I'll tell you kind of like the prerequisite to come up just so that we have the right people and we can move that along. Your question, sis.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
My question is, well, I keep hearing you talking about stifling your light, not stifling your light. So what is the difference between stifling your light and behaving obnoxiously, which I guess I'm sometimes accused of, or attention grabbing? And how does one who doesn't know that answer differentiate?
Sure. So what's the distinction between allowing your light to shine and then trying to grab the light, right? It's the source from which it comes. It's the source. So always ask yourself, be in self-awareness all the time. Why am I doing this? What's driving this behavior in me? It's a very quiet internal assessment that we rarely take. What's driving this? So grabbing the light is the need to be seen. Bottom line. Now what's your name? Lee?
Aline.
Ali. You can't try to negotiate the answer, sis. If you're trying to grab the light, say, I just want to be in the light right now. I want the attention. Now ask the second why. Why do I want their attention? Your answer is in your whys. And then answer that, because I feel like I'm being ignored. So why do you feel like you need the attention and you've been ignored? Because I want someone to see me. Okay, I want someone to see me. Why? If you keep going to the why, you got to keep asking the why, which is why I love a coach in my life, because they'll keep pushing my why, because I'll stop at the first why. So grabbing the light is the need to be seen, the need to be acknowledged. And it comes primarily because you feel under-acknowledged, undervalued, under-loved at some place. So you want to grab it because you're hungry for it. Standing in your light is walking in a room and allowing your essence to scream without you ever opening your mouth. Standing in your light, you will surrender the stage to someone because you didn't need the attention. You already gave yourself what you needed. However, in order to stand in your light, you need to fill your tank up. Most people who are grabbing, now it may not be light you guys are grabbing for, but you're grabbing for someone's approval. You're grabbing for someone, come on, have we done that? You're grabbing for someone, because you're serving from a half-empty cup or a bone-dry cup. Come on, y'all. Come on, yes, yes? And it started from a good source. You're a giver. You're a server. So you served and served and served and gave and gave and gave. Okay, I need the cup. Allison, I need the cup and the glass. Allison, help me with the cup and the glass thing. Kate, do the cup and the glass thing. You know what I'm about to do. And I need the pitcher. So you're half empty or bone dry because you've given and given and given and never requested anything back or trained people how to give back to you. So, yes. Yeah, I want a saucer. Yes, my global leaders, they know what I'm about to do. Right. Okay. So, yes, I need a pitcher now. Give me that. That's good. Water. So let me show you. And I wish I had some color so you guys can see the color in this because it's even more dramatic, and I'm a drama queen. So here's where you guys came in. You see it? And We poured into you bits so you here. You're going to go home and get that up. Okay? And you walk around life here, so you got to grab people's attention because you're trying to get to your top. You don't feel complete until you're at the top. You can't do your genius until you're full because you got to give from what you don't need. You need everything right now. Make sense? Yes, I can do that. Tell me when you hear yourself. Just say yes. Sure, you can give that to me. No doubt. Don't worry about me. Come on. If you hear me saying the things, you say yes, yes. Y'all go ahead. I'm fine. It's all good. I can handle that. No, I'm not overworked. Right? So your cup stays half dry or bone dry. It's your job to pour into yourself. Now you get here and you think, I'm there finally. Right? I'm there. You ain't there yet. You ain't there yet. Let me tell you why Doreen says I'll keep going and going and going and going and going. Because you're supposed to be here. And let me tell you something. You ain't ever supposed to serve from your cup. You're supposed to serve from your saucer. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Breakthrough. 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 I can pour into you all afternoon, those of you making it my suite, because I'm giving you what I don't even need. Can you get to that point for you? There's no magic. There's no sprinkle fairy dust. That's when you're responsible. So, sweetheart, your job is to learn how to fill your own tank up so you don't need anybody else's light because you walked in with the light and served from your saucer. Thank you, Kate Mama. Two right here. Right here in the front.
Go, Lisa.
Is this valuable for you guys? Yes. Figure we'll deal with what you guys, of course I had a whole bunch of stuff I was going to say, but I figured let me hear what you need, and let's speak to what your needs are.
Hi, my name
Hi,
is
sweetie.
Sterling.
Hi, Sterling.
Thank you for that last response because that really,
Breakthrough.
breakthrough. So I wanted to know what are some strategies or a process you use to stay focused? Because a lot of times I start things and I do great at them.
Right.
And then I just kind of like, okay, let me
Peter
move on
out.
to the next one.
So I can tell you don't have a coach in your life.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly. You don't have a coach in your life.
Yeah.
So the role of a coach is to keep you on track, keep you focused, and keep you in movement. So 3 nights ago at 1 in the morning, I was on the phone with Doreen. Give me your layout. What you going to do day 1? What you going to do day 2? What you going to do day 3? At the end of her long evening, after people were in her suite, walking sideways, she comes to my suite. You guys get that? So you need someone who's going to hold your hand and pull you, but we ain't going to drag you. That ain't my job. Walk.
Yes.
But you might build your own muscles. But I'm going to tug you when I see that you're slowing down. That's the coach's job. Then I'm going to give you direction. You don't move forward when you don't have focus. So you need focus, and you need action steps, clear, delineable action steps. I'm an action step person in bite-sized pieces. Give me 30 days, give me 60 days, give me 90 days, and don't go out too far. We can have a big vision, but just give me immediate action steps because I'm a thorough learner. Don't give me too much. I know. I'm not saying I'm dumb or anything, but let me focus on this. I want to eat the elephant, but give me 1-2 bites. And so you need someone who understands your learning style and is going to pull you, but you need to be willing to invest in that. So let me just be very candid with you, Sterling.
Yes.
There's a freedom in you not having someone holding you accountable. Because I can guarantee you that your 70% is better than a lot of people in your community's 159%. So you can get off on your 70% because you're the bomb.com. You're brilliant. Your brilliance can let you do 70%. You got to watch out for yourself. You're sneaky. I'm sneaky. I got to watch out for me. I'm sneaky. My excuses got Swarovski crystals on them. My issues got bling, bling on them, right? We're brilliant, of course. We know when we're hoodwinking somebody. And they're like, wow. We're like, ooh, she bought that. Right? Come on. You got to get somebody that you can't shake like that. Like, I love watching my global leaders at lunch. I just walk by and listen to them talk to you. I'm like, girl, that is not the truth. Quit making that excuse. What you going to do tomorrow? Are you willing to be that level? You know, you got to jump in or jump in. Or be honest with yourself and say, I don't want it right now. That's okay, too. That's okay. So you might not want it. It might just be sexy to say. Y'all know we like sexy conversations. Girl, let me tell you what I'm up to. We even asking, hey, how you doing? What you up to? Be willing to say, I'm choosing right now. I keep acting like I'm writing a book. Come on, y'all. Now, I'm just right, breakthrough. So the breakthrough, how you act like you writing a book? Just write. Write the book. I have a training that I'm going to invite you guys to. I have a training, and every time all the serious book writers, they get their book done or halfway done or 3/4 done within 6 months of that training, because I'm going to show you how to just write the daggone book.
Yes, yes.
That's Ann, because she got her book done, and she brought it here. And she got her book done. Yes. You're going to do it. Do it or do it. Do it or do it, or stop saying you want to do it. Just be clear. There's power in clarity. There's power in clarity. Do it or stop saying you want to do it. Say, I don't even know what I want to do. I'm figuring out what I want to do. What I want to do is get clear on what I want to do. That's powerful.
Breakthrough.
Breakthrough, right? That's powerful. So wait. Now I want you to say that.
Tell me to say it again. I'm sorry.
I want to get clear.
I want to get clear
on what I want to do.
On what I want to do.
Because I keep saying I want to do this.
Because I keep saying I want to do this.
And I don't do it.
And I don't do it.
Give her a hand.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, we pay doctors millions to practice medicine. And they tell us, I'm practicing medicine. And I'm going to say, and I get on the table and give you a knife and let you practice on me. We practice in life. You don't have to be a pro at it. You guys get that? Yes, yes? So listen, I have more content than I could ever give you. I mean, this is just a nugget. This is like the beginning of the appetizer. Because I have years of what to do and what not to do. I'm not an expert at anything other than getting back up again. That's what I'm an expert at. That's what I'm an expert at. I'm an expert at, if we say that that's your goal, we ain't stopping until we hit that mark. That's what I'm an expert at. I don't profess to have mastered anything. I've just had tremendous success figuring out how to get it right. And I do what I do now. Last year, I started praying to God, what should I be doing in this season? How should I've been on Oprah and Larry King and CNN and Good Morning America. I've done all that. I've done television shows and specials and 6 bestsellers, and I've done all that. And we've had the pleasure of going over to Russia and Kazakhstan and Moscow and Asia and the British Virgin Islands and all over the world. And this year, we're going to Bali and Dominican Republic and other places. And what is this season about? I feel like I've done it. I travel 287 days out the year living my dream. I travel the world, run my mouth and autograph stuff. Like, that's a long way from that woman in the accounts receivable department. And so this season, and I have a multi-million-dollar company. I still go, I look at the spreadsheets, I look at the company, I look at my team, and I still go, I can't believe this is my life. This is my life. And some of you know, and I'm still knees knocking when I say it publicly, but I have to learn how to do that. In less than 45 days, and the joke is I keep saying less than 45 days, and I've been saying that for like 20 days, I will be the first company in the self-development industry to ever go public. Wow. That's wow. Wow. W-O-W. I'll be less than 5 African-American women to own a publicly held company. And there'll be a lot of media, and you guys will say we heard it first before the world heard it. And yeah, it's huge. It's ginormous. And that means that it has nothing to do with the inspiration here that I'm going public. It's the business behind the inspiration. Because Wall Street didn't ask to be woo-wooed or motivated. They want dollars and cents. And when Wall Street took me out to dinner to ask me to go public, I knew we had done something right. You know, you have those moments and go, I think we're on the right track. And so I want to share that with you. I don't believe My victory is supposed to be kept by me. And I went to the same training 42 times because no one took me under their wing. No one said, let me show you. Let me save you some time, money, and stress. So I paid a lot of money, $3,500 every 5 weeks, 42 times straight. I was radical. I was crazy. I was crazy. Sold my house, became a roommate with someone, sold my car because I couldn't afford a car note, so I bought a bucket so I didn't have a car note. So every 5 weeks, I can give everything I could to go to this conference. For 42 times straight, $3,500 each time, because I didn't have someone to stop me and show me how to do it. So I want to invite you. There are different ways that I could teach you. There are different ways that I can love on you, different ways I can hold you or hold you accountable, whichever you need. There are many ways. I can't tell you all now. I won't try to tell you all now. I'll just tell you a few that are present. If none of those seem like they're fit, but you want to play with my community, then come back and ask us, and we have all kind of other stuff that we didn't mention. Does that make sense? Is that okay to do? May I share with you how I can continue to serve you? I want you guys to hear me asking your permission, because it's called gracious invitations versus clobbering you with what I'm up to. Does that make sense? I teach this to my global leaders and to other people. Kate, you're taking notes? Okay, good. My students. So thank you for allowing me to invite you. One of the ways, for those of you who have a message in your belly, you know you got a message. You may not be a stage speaker, but you got a message. For those of you who are in leadership or management and you need to use your voice to move people along, to enroll people, to inspire people. For those of you who have a book in your belly, you may not be an author, you may not be a writer. Believe me, I'm not a writer. I'm a best-selling author. I'm not a writer. There's a difference. Can't go into the details now, but I can show you. You can be a best-selling author without being a writer, thank God, without knowing where the freaking semicolon goes. Why'd they even make that? So I have a conference that we're on our 6th year, and every year we sell out. Every year we are a fire code hazard. Every year we have to turn people out. Anybody legal? I didn't say that. Every year we have to turn people away. It's called Speak and Write to Make Millions. And at Speak and Write to Make Millions, I share with you the infrastructure that I put together. Bootstrap, bubble gum, Band-Aids, duct tape. I show you how I built my enterprise. I give you the proposals that I submitted to Chicken Soup for the Soul that got funded. I give you more things because no one gave it to me. I had to figure it out myself. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. So if you have a desire and you have a message and you want to share your message on multiple platforms or any platform, raise your hand. Raise your hand up high. Keep your hands up. Okay, so this message is for everyone, but it's particularly for you who raised your hand. So I give you the intro that I needed into speaking to launch my career that would have saved me time, money, and stress. I show you how the distinctions between an informational, motivational, inspirational, and transformational speaker. Most people don't even know the distinction. Help you get clear on which speaker you are and which speaker you want to be, and how do you close that gap. I show you how to not make just a book, but how do you make a bestseller? Because books are boring, bestsellers are exciting. Like, think about it. If you're gonna do the work to write a book, go ahead and write a bestseller. But it's not all about the content of your book. Unfortunately, it's not just about how good the book is. It's about your strategy around the book. So I've done that a few times, 6 to be exact. Let me just show you what I did, and you choose to take what you want. Yes, does that make sense? So Speak and Write to Make Millions is full. When I say full, it's full of content. We have more content than you can use. It'll probably take you somewhere between 12 to 18 months to implement everything that we share with you. And that's my goal, is to give you a whole lot, fire hydrant use, so you have a working document. The 3-ring binder alone is worth the price of admission. The value of that training is $997. And on our website, we discounted for our community to $597. For Doreen's conference, get ready, you still get to go down. For Doreen's conference, I know, we decided to discount it and give you a special event price for $397. right now. But wait, it gets better because I was crazy. And I can't get fired. I make them mad, though. They talk about me bad when I'm gone. I decided, because I grew up by myself, meaning as I was growing my business and myself, I didn't have anyone with me. And so I outgrew my community. And I had to find another one, but I was alone for a long time. So you come, your entry fee is $397. You get to bring 2 friends for free. All they need to pay is the $99 for their materials and refreshments fee. That's all. Right. She said, oh, wow. 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 Now, because of that, we came with only about 110 spots. There are about 400 people in the room. 110 spots, because I have to make this available. It won't be the same package, but I have to let other people come from other areas of the world. Right? A lot of you are like, no. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Global, we're global. And so there's we've already had probably about 30, 40 people register here just over the days asking what we're up to. Or they know about Speaking Right. Or they came last year and they got value, they want to come back. And so we want to invite you, if you want to come, if you want to join us, it's May 18th through the 20th. For those of you who are graduating from Morgan State, they're going to graduate that day and get on a plane that night and join us in California. Now, I have to say, when you come on May 18th through the 20th, bring your dancing shoes, because that's my birthday weekend. And you're going to see that other side of me. So I want to invite you to come out. If we can support you in that way, I want to say yes to you. 2 other quick invitations. And there's a table right out at the back that you guys can take care of, but don't move yet. You've heard Allison all weekend. Is she amazing? Amazing. Allison is the director of our global sales. Let me tell you what she hasn't told you. Allison grew our business, my business, in the last year a little over $1 million. Yes. Allison, besides growing her company 810% in the 18 months that she told you, which was insane, she's going to teach you those systems if you choose to sign up with her to do a sales program. I asked her, can you come work for me? She had to make a decision because her company was moving to a multi-million-dollar company herself because of her trajectory, her sales. She's a brilliant brain around sales. It keeps her up at night. She's a genius. She's taught me so many things in sales. She's the reason. I keep her close to me. She's my go-to girl. I'm like, I can't do it with anyone else like I can do it with you. So she literally is our director of global sales. She does all of our international sales. She negotiates our huge contracts. She creates new revenue streams. She helps our clients get to their yes, to a very clear yes. She shows us how to monetize in new ways. Every time I show her 3 ways to make money, she'll show me 5 more ways that I didn't see. She's just brilliant at it. It's what she loves to do. It makes me sick of the stomach. I get nervous, like, oh, sales. She's like, what's the issue? And she's helped me get comfortable in my skin to sell with integrity. She's brilliant at it. No one I know does it better than her, which is why I begged her for a year to come and please be on my leadership team. And finally, she said yes, and now she's taken the company up $1 million in her first year. And so she's doing a program called Unleashed Sales Mastermind, Unleashed, and it's powerful. Now, that's an intensive course. It's all virtual, so you get to learn in your home. It's 7 live classes with Allison, and then it's 7 mastermind classes where she does laser coaching, similar to what you've heard before, but this is all around just sales and sales systems. And when you do it right, if you're in action, you should make back your total investment before the class is over. If you do it right, but if you're in action. And so she's offering that course. It doesn't launch until next month, to make sure you guys have access to get in. The value of that, and it has some juicy bonuses in it that includes me, some other bonuses. I've agreed to guest on a couple of those calls and share some of my techniques with you. Allison really is the lead. She really is the best. So I'm going to take time, but I'm going to really give her the lead on that because I know the master at something when I see them. And so she's making that available to you. There are only here 11 spots available. So 11 spots available for that. Now, I want to share these things with you so you know. If you know it's a yes, then you go to the back and you say yes. If you think I want to ask more questions about it, then that's what I want you to come to the room after the conference is over and discuss and get the clarity that you might need. And her class, her course, is valued at $11,000. But you can have access to it for an $895 down payment and then 6 payments of $895. And then there's a discount offered if you pay it in full. It'll be like $59.95 something. It'll be a good discount. But you can get in the course and secure one of the 11 spots for $895, and you'll be training under her. And when I tell you I've trained under her, she's the reason why my company is going public. She's one of the main reasons. And I was excited when she committed. Her calendar is booked and tight, so when she made this available, we were very, very excited. So I'm excited that they have you, Allison. They have access to you. And so if that feels like that's a fit, Unleashed. It's called Unleashed. Our global leadership program is not for everyone. We have 32 slots a year. We actually only have about, I think, 20 left. I'm not even going to go into that right now because I have to interview you for that. Because it's my most premier program, my most platinum program, and it's 96 hours of you and I, face to face. So that needs to feel like a match. So if that sounds like it's of interest to you, feel like you want to create a global brand, you have a global brand, then that's who I'd invite to definitely consider coming to the room at 1 o'clock. If you can't make it at 1 but you're interested, let us know. But I'm not even going to go into details about that because that's an exclusive program that we need to have a further conversation about. And no one gets in without talking to me. So it's not about my team. That's a conversation with me to make sure that it is a fit. So in closing, some of you asked me to share my grandmother's story at Oprah, so I'm going to do that. When I went to Oprah, I took my grandmother because my grandmother picked cotton. So she should go to Oprah. And my grandmother, I went to have a meeting, and when I came back, my grandmother said, "Baby, this lady came to the door, and she asked me for this thing called a turn down." She asked me, did I want to turn down? I asked her, did it cost? She said, no. And I said, well, come on in and turn down. She said, she left you a chocolate treat on your bed. The next morning I got up, and we got the call, and it says, Ms. Nichols, the Harpo Inc. limo is outside to see you, to get you. And it was that surreal moment. Ms. Nichols, the Harpo Inc. limo is outside to get you. Because it's one thing to achieve greatness. It's another thing to be acknowledged by the highest form of acknowledgement in media that you did something good. So I grabbed my coat, grabbed my shoes, and I'm ready to head out the door. And my grandmother says, baby, go make your bed. I went, started making up my bed, grabbed my coat again, my purse. My grandmother just standing there still. She said, baby, go wipe out the sink basin. And I don't know about you guys, but in my family and in my culture, if you're going to question an adult, you have to preface it with no disrespect. But Grandma, why am I making the bed and wiping out the sink basin at the Omni Hotel, where the guest of Oprah Winfrey stay? I'm a guest, Grandma. She said, leave the lady a tip. I reached in, pulled out $3. She said, you make a lot of money, leave a bigger tip. Pulled out a 10. I said, no disrespect, Grandma, but I just did her job. Why am I making the bed and wiping out the sink basin and leaving her a tip? And that's when I got, know when you get your lesson. Know when you get your breakthrough. My grandmother looked at me. She said, because your great-great-grandmother was a day worker. And when people knew she was coming, they would leave their homes and rooms extra nasty. She said, baby, you ain't gonna do that. You're gonna do right by me. She said, and you left that tip because when your great-great-grandmother got a tip, we got to eat meat that day. You're going to do right by me. She said, you might think you're walking on this plush carpet at the Omni Hotel, and them Shoe child shoes, you call them. She says, but you ain't walking on them shoes. And you ain't walking on that carpet. You're walking on the shoulders of the men and women who could not occupy this seat. So I say to you, how will you honor the shoulders that you're walking on? You didn't walk in this room alone. Every ancestor with you who would never see the light of this hotel, who would never have the opportunity to build the dream that they could have in their head, you came in with all of them. And they're all at the back of the room going, do it, girl. Do it. Would you please do it? If not for you, do it for us. We knew we wouldn't see it. We knew you'd see it. Will you do it? Will you get out of your way? Will you love yourself? Will you fill your cup? Will you ask for what you need? Will you become radical? Will you be willing to be called crazy so that we can see you make it? So when you stand to walk out that door, you will not be walking on this plush carpet. You will not be walking on those flats or those heels. You'll be walking on the shoulders of every ancestor that came before you. You feel the tears, you feel the swelling in your belly. That's them shaking you up to be anything other than average or ordinary. They said, please, please be radical. Please be crazy. Please be outrageous, untamed, and unapologetic, because we need you. We need to know that our lives meant something through you. So, oh, by the way, I didn't come here to keep you comfortable. I came here to call forth your greatness. Yes, yes? Thank you.